A good evening and a very warm welcome. I'm Jitnu Katenu for Prime TV News. Let's look at today's headlines first. President informs party organizers to get ready for provincial council polls. Prime Minister accuses that some are spreading rumors on the new constitution. Health Minister says he is prepared to face a special commission. A week to prepare school children for National Drug Prevention Week begins. And news overseas, Indonesia says it has recovered the Lion Air's jet cockpit voice recorder. President Maithripala Sirisena has called upon Sri Lanka Freedom Party electoral organisers to get ready for a provincial council before a presidential election. The president expressed this views when he met a group of electoral organisers of Sri Lanka Freedom Party yesterday. The president was speaking at the meeting with the Sri Lanka Freedom Party electoral organisers of the Uva and Central Province at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. The meeting was part of a series of discussions the president is holding with the provincial organisers of the party. Further expressing views at this meeting, the president said that some groups were attempting to postpone the provincial elections that need to be held soon by creating various stories about a presidential election, pointing out that by now activities of 6 provincial councils have been stalled. The president said it is not favourable for the democracy and also against objectives of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. He mentioned that he had already discussed the matter with the election commissioner. President said that their determination is to hold a provincial council election this year. He said that he had discussed this matter with the election commissioner and they have advised the Attorney General to prepare the necessary background for the conduct of a provincial council poll. He said that he is fully dedicated to this task. Provincial councils cannot be neglected and kept without public representatives. He said that the government responsibility is to hold a provincial council poll rather than talking about a presidential election. The president said that he seems that UNP is having a difficulty of facing a provincial council poll. The opposition, the government party and political party leaders should hold discussion for the conduct of a provincial council poll and give the people the right to elect their members of these councils. The president said that although 3 weeks have passed since appointing the new cabinet, the chairperson and the board of directors have not been appointed to the state institutions of the respective ministries, adding it is totally wrong to point finger at the president's office for the delays. He opined that the respective ministries should be held responsible for the situation and pointed out that non-submission of the relevant recommendations by the Prime Minister's office to the Presidential Secretariat have caused the delay, adding that the Presidential Secretariat does not accept any responsibility for this. However, the president added that it is mandatory to make appointments of chairs and boards of directors for cooperation, boards and statutory bodies to the committee appointed by him to make recommendations. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has requested all parties not to spread misinformation on the new constitution, raising false alarms to mislead the masses and create panic in the country. The Prime Minister was speaking at the National Thai Pongal Festival organised at Temple Trees. The National Thai Pongal Festival was held at Temple Trees yesterday under patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The event was organised by the Ministry of Hindu Religious Affairs. Minister Mano Ganeshan was presented on the occasion. Among others who joined in this function was Tamil National Alliance leader R. Sambandhan and several other representatives of the party. Further addressing the function, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe underscored that not even a constitution or a draft constitution has yet been presented. The Prime Minister said that especially at a time when the communities were gathered, a massive communal campaign is being carried out in the country, that attempts were being made the country through a new constitution. Premier Wickremesinghe said that they had neither presented a new constitution nor a constitutional draft. The Operations Committee comprises representatives from all parties and they have bound to present all reports received to the Constitutional Assembly and Parliament. He said that their 6 final reports were presented to Parliament. The Constitutional Assembly and Parliament should decide whether to move forward. Thereafter, a draft will be presented which should receive a 2/3 majority. This has to be decided by Parliament and the Constitutional Assembly under this political environment. The Prime Minister said that they have to find a solution to this issue. A political solution is necessary to build reconciliation. A political solution is in need to abolish the executive presidency. They cannot overlook problems. He said that everyone had discussed this matter. There's no draft or a constitution. He called on everyone not to raise communal matters. Minister of Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine Ranjita Senaratne has said that he is not afraid of a special commission. The minister pointed out that he is not afraid of a proposal to appoint a special commission to inquire into fraud and corruption in the services discharged on behalf of the helpless patients under the free health service within the past 4 years. He made these references in response to a statement made to the media by the Government Medical Officers Association. Pointing out that he was ready to respond to any commission, Minister Senaratne mentioned that it would give him an opportunity to portray the services discharged on behalf of the helpless patients. Several programs were launched in the past period to safeguard the health of people, including the imposition of taxes for the control of tobacco and the introduction of coloured symbol for sweet drinks. Health Minister pointed out that during his tenure of office he was able to discharge services through the reduction of prices of 73 varieties of essential medical drugs, reducing the prices of stents for heart patients, reducing the prices of contact lenses and giving opportunity for cancer patients to receive treatment during their lifetime. The minister also pointed out that the mediation of medical associations in the reduction of taxes imposed on soft drinks during the 53 days political crisis was not sufficient. He mentioned that the program needed to improve all hospitals throughout the country has been prepared. Minister Senaratne said that improvement in the health service within Sri Lanka in the last few years had come in for acclamation of the world organizations. The week with respect to preparing school children on behalf of the National Drugs Prevention Week begins today. This School Drugs Prevention Week has been named as Strengthen from School Against Drugs. The theme slogan for the National Drug Prevention Week is Let's Listen to Children and Let's Take Care of Them. The National Drug Prevention Week will be operative throughout the country from the 21st to 28th of this month. It will commence at the Mulati Mahavidyalaya under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. It will be operative during the 5 days of the week under 5 special subjects. These programs will be operative from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. daily during the period concerned. Instructions have been issued to the schools to prepare the children for this task with effect from today until the 18th of this month. The truth and the untruth in relation to use the truth and the untruth in relation to the use of drugs, including alcohol and tobacco, will be revealed at the school level from today. The children will be educated on freeing from alcohol in parties held in houses. The children are also due to apprise of handling the media and publicity given in media with regards to drugs, including narcotics and tobacco. The school children will be in the following week on the enforcement of laws with regard to drugs, including narcotics and tobacco. The children are also to be made aware of this meditation of politicians for drug campaign, including narcotics and tobacco. Several activities are being planned within classrooms during Drug Prevention School Week, which commences on the 21st of this month in relation to drug prevention. January 22nd is allocated for the summoning of parents to school for activities that are to be carried out with children with regards to drug prevention at classroom level. Children will be educated on laws regarding narcotics on January 23rd. The political is due to be apprised of narcotics on January 24th, while January 25th will be set aside to publicize drug prevention messages within and outside schools using various media and educating journalists. January 26th is set aside on behalf of programs containing drug prevention activities of voluntary organizations. January 27th is allocated for drug prevention activities to places of religious worship and Dhamma schools. The ceremony for the presentation of awards to officials who had carried out drug raids will take place under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena on the 28th of January. Raids carried out with respect to drugs peddling island-wide have been strengthened. The police conducted several raids yesterday too. A suspect was apprehended with 250 grams of heroin last afternoon. The arrest was made in the Allen Street area in Dehiwala. The value of how recovered was over 3 million rupees. The suspect was due to produce in the Mount Lavinia Magistrate Court today. Another suspect along with heroin has been taken into custody from the Sirimadurawata area in Meegota. The Central Anti-Corruption Unit took 11 grams and 510 milligrams of heroin. The suspect was due to produce in the Homaga Magistrate Court today. Another raid was carried out in the Batuwandas area in Piliandala. The raid was conducted by Pilianda Police. The suspect apprehended with 120 grams of heroin was due to be produced in the Casbah Magistrate Court today. Another suspect was nabbed with more than 50 grams of heroin from the Navahalandua area in Ragama. The Paliagora District Crime Division carried out the raid. The suspect was due to be produced in the Nigamo Magistrate Court today. The Colombo High Court has postponed the hearing of a case filed by the Commission to Investigation allegation of bribery or corruption against parliamentarian Vimal Veerawansa until the 27th of March. The order was issued by Colombo High Court Judge Pradeep Petiarachi. During today's hearing, officials attached to the Bribery Commission has requested court to grant permission to access the computer system of a private bank in which several accounts in questions were maintained by MP Veerawansa. The judge today granted permission to access the computer network of the Hatton National Bank, named as one of the evidence in the case. The Colombo High Court previously served indictments on parliamentarian Veerawansa over the case filed by the Bribery Commission for alleged earning around 75 million rupees through unknown means aside from his lawful earnings. MP Veerawansa has been indicted on 39 counts for earning 75 million rupees from the 1st of January 2019. MP Veerawansa had been indicted on 39 counts for earning 75 million rupees from the 1st of January 29 to 31st of December 2014 by unlawful and illegal means while serving as a minister. Inspector General of Police Pooji Jayasundara appeared before the Government Analyst Department today. The IGP arrived at the department this morning to provide a voice sample pertaining to investigation into the controversial of killing VVIPs. The voice sample was obtained in order to determine whether the IGP's voice is recorded in phone conversation with Namal Kumara. Director General of the Government Analyst Department said that actions was initiated to obtain voice samples of the Inspector General of Police. The new governors of the southern and Uva provinces and new chairman of Central Environment Authority assumed their duties today. Kirti Thenakon, who has been appointed as the new governor of the southern province, assumed duties at the office of the Southern Governor's Office. A group of public representatives, including Southern Province Chief Minister Shan Vijayalal Silva, joined in the occasion. In the meantime, the new chairman appointed to the Central Environment Authority, AJM Muzammil, also assumed duties today. A group including many people's representatives joined in the occasion. President's Council Marshal Pereira took over the duties as the new governor of the Uva province. He had earlier served as the governor of the Southern province. He assumed duties at the Uva province governor's office. Several provincial members, including Provincial Chief Minister Chamar Sampath Dissanayake, was presented on the occasion. The army has presented bicycles for families who had been impacted by the war in village in the north and encountering economic difficulties. The presentation of bicycles for the 54 families in Vaunia district took place under the patronage of Commander of the Security Forces of the Vanni Major General Kumudu Pereira. This program was organized under the guidance of Vanni Security Force Commander Major General Prabhat Dimatapitia. The contribution came from the 83 past pupils group of Nalanda College, Colombo. The expenditure incurred was more than 700,000 rupees. State Minister for Agriculture, Irrigation and Rural Economic Development Vasant Arvihare has given instructions to officials to expeditiously reconstruct the paddy stores at Kotuwegedara in Mathala. The State Minister undertook a visit to Kotuwegedara paddy store following information received that the building were facing destructions as they were not used for some time. He instructed that the building being immediately constructed and also not handed over them for underdeveloped purposes in the area if the paddy market does not need them. A group including Matale Division Secretary K.P. Madhuvanti and opposition leader of Matale Pradesh Sabha Gamini joined State Minister in this inspection visit. Now it's time for the beach segment. The number of vehicles registration in 2018 has increased by nearly 6.45% or 29,146 compared to 2017, totaling to 480,799 vehicles. That latest data released by the Department of Motor Traffic reveals. In 2017, a total of 451,653 registrations had taken place. In 2018, a total of 80,776 cars, 18,883 three-wheelers, 339,763 motorbicycles and 2,957 buses has been registered. Further, the data reveals that 64,159 new vehicles with an engine capacity of less than 100 cc had been registered in 2018. Prime News returns tomorrow, and in the meantime make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest news at home and overseas. Good night.